have the forms.
So
they asked me for paper. So, yeah, what kind of paper? I finally figured out. She explained it, and I said, well, okay. So I got a whole block of computer paper, And, oh my God, their eyes were this big around. Yeah, that's it. And they carefully take a few. I said, take the whole thing. Wow.
So,
And then they took a pencil and a ruler, and they start drawing the forms, the customs forms, the immigration forms. They sit there seriously faced drawing that shit on the table. It's amazing. That was really funny.
so they came to give you shots, charged you for the shots, and had no shots.
No.
And they came to, what was the other one?
The paper?
There was the paper, but then there was another one.
The seals.
Yes, he sealed. All the phones and all the cameras were put into somewhere.
In a closet in my
And they were
state.
going to seal it, so he asked you
Yeah.
for a glue stick and a piece of paper, put
Yeah.
it on the thing, and that
Yeah,
sealed
yeah.
it. Yeah. So
And they look serious doing that.
yes, this is how life is in North Korea.
And I almost got wee-wee in my pants because it was too fucking funny.
That's great. So, now, didn't you tell me to offload the stuff off the ship? They had to
They had no cranes that worked. They had nothing.
How did they offload?
We had our bulls on board that we took up there. It was giant container forklifts. They can go 4 high on containers. And then that was really comical because they never operated those things. So old Roy, the black guy, Roy, he tried to teach them how to use it. Well, they're not very big, and they're all skinny as rail because they had nothing to eat. So they had one guy steering, and then one guy, there's 3 guys on that thing. One had the lever for to go up and down, and the other had the lever for doing the tipping back and forth. And they were motoring around like that. And it took a week to unload. A week!
How long does it usually take?
In China, we had it offloaded the empties and backloaded the full ones in 8 hours. And secured, all chained down too.
So now you told me also that there were so many bugs at night because there's no birds in the country because all the
Yeah.
birds have been eaten.
No, they aren't.
There's no dogs and cats anywhere.
No cats. No, I never saw a dog or a cat or any kind of pet. None.
So anything that moves gets eaten.
Yeah. And we had 2 immigration guys on board 24/7 because they were so afraid that somebody would, hide on the boat and ride out of the country that way. So that was the thing. They were not afraid that we would stay there. No, we were afraid that somebody would get on the boat and be
Stowaway.
stowaways. But they were, they're all right. They spoke pretty good English. And there was one older guy, and we were not supposed to have any magazines or movies or anything like that in the public area, like the kitchen, the galley. But I was gonna put all the magazines away and all the pocketbooks and everything else we got. So, man, they used to look at that, and then I had in the days you had a Time magazine, big almanacs.
Yeah.
They come out every year,
Yeah.
I always had one because it was fun to look at. And I put it on the table and looking in there. Oh my God, they were fascinated. I said, you can have it, take it with you. Oh no, they didn't.
They'd
Dare take it with
they'd
them.
go-
The older guy,
They'd go to prison for
he
it.
just looking at it, but I said, and he said, well, I can't read it, he had, sort of like that. So yeah, okay. So we went left, and I thought, God, I got to do something for the old fucker, So I went to a drugstore in China, and I got a whole bunch of readers. I didn't know what he needed, I got just a handful of those things, difference, put them in a paper sack, and we came back, and the same guys, 2 same guys, because they liked that job because they get eaten, And I had to to declare that on the list that I had that, and then they had it, when you leave, they check it all out that you still got it, that you didn't leave it there. So I didn't do that. And I put the bag on the table and said, yeah, you look at me. The glasses out. You could see. I said, it's all yours, take it with you.
But wouldn't somebody ask him where he got them from?
Huh?
Wouldn't somebody ask him where he got them from?
Well, I'm sure that he hid it, that he make sure that he didn't get into trouble. They know how to get around shit, But that was amazing, Poor guy. Yeah, and they liked Coca-Cola as long as it was American Coca-Cola, not the Coca-Cola from South Korea. They didn't want that.
Oh.
And American cigarettes, I got all kinds of stuff just for that to give away, Big cans of Coca-Cola, candy. Kit Kat was their favorite. Oh, mama, they loved Kit Kats. And the Coca-Cola, they look at the can, if it's from U.S., then it was okay, but if it was Coca-Cola from South Korea, they didn't want it. Shit. Yeah, that was interesting time. God,
How many times did you go over there?
8 times.
8 times. Wow.
They give us a tour of the big city, and we could take one camera. I never wanted to chance my camera. I didn't have enough throwaway camera, so I used to have Leicas and Nikons, and I was going to take them with me, but fucking pictures, and then we had two guys, with us to guard us, they took us in like a little bus, drove us around, how proud they were of all. It's weird. It's weird. You got all these big wide streets and there's no cars going around.
Yeah.
They get a 10-lane highway and there's no cars on it. It just blows you away. And they got this little old train they got running. It looked like it was out of one of the first diesel engines they ever made, and then they had tractors. Well, they were Fordson tractors, that they had great big back wheels, little bitty 2 wheels together on the front, and they go, and they had a trailer that was made from old car axles, rear axles of cars, that were the wheels, and that's all they had to move the bags around. They had to unload those containers, because we wanted containers, they had to come back, So, and then pretty soon they run out of warehouse space to put the bags, so they had to put them outside. So then the next trip I took a whole bunch of tarps with me, bought tarps, and so they could tarp it off, and then I just gave them the tarps, and then some other asshole was all pissed off because I didn't declare the tarps. I said, I gave them to you guys. It's free. What the fuck you want? I was kind of rough with them, but I thought, fuck these assholes, You do something nice for them, and then they still wanted to kind of, okay. And then another ship came in that was a matching barge with an integrated tug. The tug is locked in the board. There was a sugar barge from Matson that normally run from Maui to California. CNH, California and whatever, in Hawaii, sugar place. But they were there with a load of grain. But it was bulk grain. And they had no elevator that could suck it out. So they brought their own clamshell rig to clam it out. And then they also brought a bagging machine. So the bagging machine was on the beach, and then they put the grain in the hopper for the bagging machine. They bagged it up. Okay, now all these bags were marked something U.S. Food stuff like that. So all it was all sewed up, and then they went on their little trailer thing and they motored it around somewhere else. Well, I was there for a while, and then I went to another dock where they were unloading them. Well, they built a bulwark of bags, square, about the size of this room here, you know, about that high. And then they got the other bags and they opened them up, and they had women, young women, two guys lifted one bag, and this poor woman get it on their back, and she climbed over this whole fucking thing with the bag, and then got on the other side, and then they dumped the loose grain back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't want the population to see that stuff came from the U.S., you know.
Oh, God. Huh. So the initial bagging showed
Yeah,
it
we were
was.
there for like 10 days sometimes, you know. It was interesting to see all this going on.
So they they thought it came from the great emperor.
Yeah, for the beneficial Kim family, you know.
Yes.
Kim Hildy, whatever, yeah. They're treated like they're a god or something, you know. Fat
Patriarchies.
fuck.
The ultimate in patriarchies.
Yeah, he eats well. He looks like he eats really well. But then I was there when 9/11 happened, and we heard it on the Radio America, you know.
Yeah.
And during the night, and the mate woke me up. He said, "Can you believe this?" I said, "What?" He said, "Come here and listen to it." I got on my bunk and listened to it. He said, a jet airplane flew in the towers, the World Trade Towers. I said, "What? That's impossible," you know. And then while we were talking about that, the second one flew in the other tower.
Right.
Now, what the fuck's going on, you know? So I got on the phone and asked what the hell's going on? What do you want us to do? Now we worry about it. No, don't go to North Korea now. What do you want me to do? Well, just go hang out there. Okay. So I plotted a whole fucking circle or oval. And just going around and around, and pretty soon here comes the Japanese Coast Guard come racing up. What are you doing here, you know? So I told them what we were doing. We're waiting for orders. Okay, and then finally they said, well, you have to go to Incheon. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna need, you know, customs and all the other shit. Well, you figure it out. They wouldn't do nothing from Seattle. So in Incheon, they got like a 30-foot tidal range. You got to go through locks. You know, I had to help. I had to get tugboats, and I have to get a pilot. Yeah, things like that. I'm not going to use motor up out of the black with a boat trying to get through the locks.
What country is Incheon in?
That Incheon is in South Korea,
Oh.
but it's close to the border of North Korea. And so I made all the arrangements. You know, I got on the phone and tried to find numbers and ask around, and then finally had it all set up. And then I get another email. Well, the APL American President line said it was okay to go to North Korea, but if somebody doesn't want to go, they can get off the boat and we'll ship them home. We'll get somebody else. I said, okay. So I asked the guys what they want to do, and everybody said, well, what the fuck, you know, we're here. And I said, well, the whole crew said that, they said, well, we're here, we'll just go. Well, then they want all signed statements from everybody that covered their fucking ass if something happened that was bad. Then they were said, well, they could come off the boat if they wanted to, you know. So I had to make that thing up and have everybody sign it and then mail it to them. You know? It's fucking chicken shit. They were so fucking dumb about international stuff. They had no clue what to do, you know. They left it all up to me.
So you still went to North Korea?
Yeah. We went to North Korea and they were well aware of what happened, and they were And they said, well, did you see anything? Because, no, we didn't see anything. Well, we'll tie up everything, secure everything, and then we'll come with the bus and we'll pick you up, we'll take you to town, and then you can watch TV. And they were not gloating.
Right.
They thought it was bad.
They were sympathetic.
They thought it was bad.
Yeah.
They felt sorry for us.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking amazing. I never forgot that.
Oh, it's nice when somebody cares about you. Like that. It's nice when somebody cares that much about you.
Well, there were.
And you wouldn't expect it from
people.
North Korean people.
Huh?
You wouldn't expect it from North Korea.
No, but the ordinary people were just you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is elements in there. They're just as brainwashed as the fucking Trumpers. The younger people, they walk around like that. Well, we don't need that food. Okay, put it back on the bars. Yeah, we can whip the United States anytime we want. I'm sure you can. And I'm not afraid, really. But I said, history. Remember what happened to Japan when they did that?
You said that to them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't give a fuck. What the fuck? Some young asshole, about 22, 23 years old. A couple of them. And then the longshoremen come to work in the morning and they're all marching, quarter breast. And they get to come in. Then they sit and then the speaker comes on. Then all day long they had martial music playing on these big fucking speakers. And then they all sit in this circle, on the ground, and they get a little talking to, pep talk. And then they go back, and then they march up to the bars, and then they go to work. But then they had 2 guards by the bars, but they, with their AK-47, and they have to get a formal change of the guard, so they go marching up. But you don't hear nothing because they don't have no fucking shoes on.
Oh my God.
They got these fucking little slipper things, like this.
Yeah.
Like tabby socks. You know what tabby socks are?
Yeah.
That's what they had on. So you don't hear a thing, and they just marching along, do the thing, and blah, blah, and, do the master arms, and then the other 2 stay, and the rest, marches proudly back. And he said, Jesus Christ. The poor fucking swabs. And we're afraid of those?
So they have no shoes, but they're gonna somehow destroy us.
Yeah, but to do the fucking propaganda bullshit here, anybody that's been there just laughs about it.
Right. The reality is that it's a logistical joke.
They can make a big mess of Seoul for a day or 2, and then they're out of everything.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm sure they would be.
They don't. These soldiers, they're all rail thin, and they make them fucking work in the field, and shit like that. And, and they, I don't think they have enough ammunition to work for 2 or 3 days maybe, and then Seoul would be a mess. But then that will be totally wiped out down there, and they know that because we really fucked them over in the Korean War. We just flattened the fucking North Korea. They came down south quite a ways, and then MacArthur came in and threw them in a fucking loop, and they all got chased back, and then the Chinese came in to help them. But in the meantime, MacArthur just about flattened that fucking country. They know that. They don't forgot.
Yeah.
I'll show you that little paper that's kind of funny.